This is Binarai. Welcome to the official Raptoreum YouTube. It's a pleasure to be back. Please hit that like on the stream.
There's no way out.
Let's get this started. Just about another 10 minutes and we'll get started with the stream. I don't know why, but most of my slides on OBS are currently not working, which is a little strange. Well, those ones are working. Wizzy's robot's working, but most of them aren't. Yeah, half of them are not working.
dusty floors can't take no more.
Hunter, I think we should just start 2 minutes early.
Why not?
Should we just do
Why?
that? Okay.
So what will happen?
Hello, Raptoreum community. Let me just turn that music off. By the way, I found some news music that we can use for
New music?
things. Yeah, well, we've got licensing for it. I'll show you in a bit.
Oh, we do? Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. We don't have to fight with them.
Hello, Raptoreum community. My name is Binarai, also known as Paul Mills, from sunny England in the UK. And to
It's sunny.
Oh yeah, we're from Raptoreum. To my right is Hunter Schultz, who is the strategic director for Raptoreum, who is situated in the extremely cold Panama.
Panama, yeah, it's real cold here. It's shivering. It's like 82 or 83 degrees right now. It's just damn cold.
And yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Am I missing? I think I'm missing us off this. Let me just adjust the window a little bit. I think I'm. There we go. There we go. Okay. Also, I noticed that when the stream started, that most of my slides are not working with the new OBS update, which is not ideal. So I'm gonna have to see what's going on there. But anyway, I also noticed that Tree Newen, our lead developer's Stacy Walletbot at Discord, is currently not operational. So it looks like we're doing some RTM rain after the stream on the Telegram channel, which is t.me/Raptoreum with 2 M's, Raptoreum. So yes, if you're not already at our Telegram, make sure you're there. If you would like your comment to appear on this stream at the bottom left, you can join our Discord. That is discord.gg/Raptoreum, and the link is at the top right of the stream if you did not understand what I just told you. We're also on X, that's at Raptoreum, Instagram, Threads, same username. We're also on Reddit, same username, although I think Reddit is a bit of a free-for-all at the moment. We're also on TikTok as well, that's at Official Raptoreum. So yes, pleasure to be here. As usual, myself and Hunter really enjoy doing this. If you haven't clicked like already, please don't do that. It's really not worth it, but it really helps us out if you do, but just don't do it. If you want to subscribe to our channel as well, please hit that button as well and click the little bell. But you really don't need to, and you shouldn't do it really. It's not worth it. Did it work, Hunter? Have we got any extra likes since last time, since we've been doing the reverse psychology thing? See, I noticed the other day that some of the biggest streamers / YouTubers, they actually say that. They say don't click like, don't click to subscribe, and obviously it works the opposite way for them.
Hey, let's try it. Why not?
Let's just try it. Yeah.
Let's take a fashion risk.
I mean, we do tell people not to buy RTM, not financial advice, do your own research. But did that work?
Well, apparently. Well, I haven't even looked the last 2 days. I've been too busy to, why. I mean, it doesn't really matter at the moment. Not that I don't care. It's just there are things to prioritize, which we'll get into.
Okay. Yeah. Hunter, you might as well do that thing that Jamardis was pleased about.
Oh, yeah, sure. We need to say thank you to Balanox, who has sent 6 pull requests for the Learn page, learn.raptorium.com. I did that so far, all of which have been approved. So 3 cheers for Balanox. That's really helpful. And you can go to, where does someone go to do what he's doing?
What, the link to the GitHub or the Learn?
Yeah, no, I just gave Learn, but what about the GitHub for that?
Oh, it's.
what he's
I
doing?
think it's on the main Raptoreum repository. It's one of the directories on there. So if they go on there, then they can actually see it. As far as I
Okay.
understand, based on Jim Marty's announcement that he put in the channel. As you can see, I haven't actually checked myself. Maybe I should check. It's kind of an important thing to check. I do apologise, Jim Marty's, but yeah, I understand that that's where it is.
Yes.
As you can see,
By the way,
Hunter's checked as well.
yeah, well, you know. By the way, a little shout out here to Rabid Minings in the YouTube chat.
Rabbit, hope you're good, man.
Man, I'll tell you, that one video you did a long time ago about nodes. That's why I'm here, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's a life changer. You did well.
Rabbit, do you ever ask people to smash that like or hit the subscribe button?
Exactly.
Do you do that, or do you just never do it? I can't remember whether you do that or not.
I'm looking.
All right, you say smash it, and does saying smash it work for you? Does it work, or do you think the reverse psychology thing could be could be? Yeah, he said no, so yeah, maybe the reverse psychology thing could be the way forward. Yeah, we'll have to try that. So nobody go and watch Rabid Mining. Don't click like on his channel, and don't hit that subscribe button.
If there were a hate button, hate it. I wouldn't, but
yeah, but all in all, thanks, Rabid.
Yeah.
I know you've stuck with us for a long time and followed us and kept up to date with everything that we're doing. We hope that you, I don't know whether you probably enjoy our streams or not. I don't know, but you're still with us, so we must be doing something. But also, I hope that you watched the last stream where I gave sort of a quick rundown of the new Electron wallet that myself and Yeti has sort of built together. So check that out, man. Go and check it out. All right, okay. So as you know, I mentioned on the last stream that I had come to literally 99.5% done of that wallet, and I demonstrated the wallet with creating an asset and sending an asset or whatever. Couple of things I actually didn't mention on that wallet and didn't show was when you send RTM, little RTM logos, little RTM green logos fly forward. It's like they fly away. But anyway, that's not an important thing to note, but I thought it was a cool thing.
yeah, it is. Cool.
I was thinking of doing the same for the assets. So, like you got the image of the assets or the GIFs and that, so they'll just fly away. Or we could get a raptor to pick them up and take them away.
Oh, kind of like Harry Potter with the birds that take the little.
Yeah. I think Yeti's resources alarm might start going off if I start adding those sorts of things in there. But yes, if you're watching Yeti, I will send that very shortly. Don't you worry. And since that work was done, I have put work into getting another aspect of that wallet done. But do you know, Hunter, I might just get Yeti to finish that off because he's got another idea about how it's meant to be done. You know the thing I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah,
I
coordinate
think
with him.
he wanted to connect it to external bodies to interact with and facilitate that process, sort of thing. Yeah. So if Yeti's coming on, he said he might do. I'll let him talk about that. But yeah, so I've sort of paused on that regard, Hunter.
Do people, sorry to interrupt, but I make a habit of it, sorry. But do people really know what Yeti does outside of Raptoreum? I mean, he has a few day jobs. He's very successful at what he does.
He's got a few things that he does. A lot of people know that he was, a prominent member of Dynex, and he since left there and came and joined the RTM team because he saw value and consistency in the resilience of the network over a long time, and that meant that he could develop both what he wanted to develop to help his own external builds or projects, but also obviously, as you can see, to develop a few other aspects of the Raptoreum chain, including working with me, or me working with him, sorry, on the Electron wallet.
Careful.
But yes, and he also runs an audits company, which means I'm really nervous about sending him the code for the Electron wallet, because that really, it's going to go through the grind, and yeah, don't know. We'll see if my theme's still there or not after that. Anyway, he also runs a signage company and a few other things as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's very successful, and we're really, really lucky to have him on the RTM project. I mean, to be fair, we're lucky to have everyone on RTM still ploughing away and working on stuff, including Hunter to my right here, and also the community members as well, active and still pushing on developments themselves. So it's great all around, and we're overall lucky as a project, including having the one and only Rabbit Mining supporting us all the way as well, which is awesome stuff. So thanks, Rabbit. The title of the stream was I can't remember, what was it now, Hunter? Leads to.
I didn't do it. You did.
Yeah. I can't remember where I did it now.
Well, anyway.
What was the title? What's the title, guys? Can you tell me? I forgot what I did. Are you in the stream party chat? You know what? It doesn't matter.
Both, yeah.
Anyway, it's something to do with leads and leads. Oh yeah, leads to another. That's it. It's just flashed up on my
Leads
screen,
to another, yes. Leads to another, yes.
So
Rabbit put that. Thank you, Rabbit.
Yeah, cheers, Rabbit. Yeah, so leads to another, and that's because after some discussions on a call that myself and Hunter and a community member had, it's just interesting to find both progression in the evolving external technology landscape, which helps us with our work, and also some of the work that Hunter's doing as well in terms of leads and connections from the leads that he's already speaking to. So I thought it was a good name to have, leads
Yes.
to another.
I got a good example of it too. Another one. Yeah.
Have you? Well, don't mention it, because all these internet people will be knocking on his door and scare him off.
Oh no! I'm not going to do that. It's a good example of it.
All right.
I already mentioned it once, so it's just a refinement or a little added insight. So.
Okay, yes, but it just shows if you knock on enough doors, you get enough leads, and some of those doors amount to more leads. I think it's literally, there's some sort of sales spiel that describes that whole sort of
Sales funnel.
Yeah.
There's a sales funnel, and then there's a bunch of stuff. But
yeah,
the old saying, not asking is the same as a no, ask anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So
Works for date.
So Yeti, if you're watching, you're welcome to come on. If you're busy, then it's fine. But on the back of finishing the main mechanics behind for both facilitating asset creation transactions on the Electron wallet, which, bear in mind, was not an easy task based on, if you are a developer, you'll know why. But based on how transactions are created before it's actually implemented. So that was solved. So that meant that some of my external projects I'm really looking forward to showing you. Have made significant progression over the last week since the main Electron wallet was virtually completed, and hopefully, I'm not going to give them. I'm not going to give them a snippet now, but hopefully within the next week I might do. So yes, more work has been done on the Talon wallet, which is another project by myself and Mancini, and I know I keep saying it, but you're gonna be pleasantly surprised, and you're gonna want to use it. Certain aspects of people who utilize the chain for certain reasons are going to want to use it because it's a better way of doing something than another thing. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to sprinkle the salt just yet, because I don't know, it might cause issues, Hunter, so that's why I'm being very vague. But yes,
no matter what we say, it causes issues. Come on.
I know, yeah. Yeah. Also, yes, if I don't say this, it'll cause another issue. Talon Wallet is an external project. It's not an official Raptoreum project. It's an external project, but it aims to complement the overall UTXO space, which is in its early days in terms of UTXO DeFi, which we are pioneering right here at Raptoreum. Do you think that was all right, wasn't it, Hunter?
That's fine.
Covering that? Yes, okay.
We're going to have to do that. We're going to have
But yes, a lot of these wallet mechanics in the Electron wallet, which, bear in mind, works remotely, remote RPC server, basically has opened a lot of doors to many other things as well. I think I'm just going to give it to you, Hunter.
Okay. I got stuff to talk about. Shall I go?
Yes.
Okay.
Hunter might mention something which is not a Raptoreum project, but it complements the Raptoreum project and UTXO DeFi in general. Disclaimer over. Carry on, Hunter.
Well, that's true. But I was going to do it anyway.
Oh, go on then. Do your version.
Well, I'm going to be talking about RaptorLockIP.com, which is a separate project from Raptoreum.
Community project.
It's a community project, which is important to note because we've been working with the developer now for quite a long time. And, you know, if you've got a project, you're thinking about something, by all means, let us know what you've got in mind. And let's see how we can support you too, because that's what this is all about. And we enjoy that process, by the way, we really do. So let's start with, I mentioned last week we're working with a voice actor group, a fairly substantial one, and that's moving along very well. Heard from the president of it a few days ago, and he was out of town for a week, so he said, sorry, I haven't gotten back to you, but they have, again, to reiterate, they have a new group within this much larger group. I think they've got 50,000 members, and paid members, not just sign up, but paid members. He's got 30 people in a new technology group, kind of focused on AI. Well, they are focused on AI, how to deal with this going forward. It's important to note that they are not anti-AI. It's just how do you permissions and boundaries and things like that. So we fit perfectly within what they're doing.
We lost you a bit there, Hunter. Can you repeat that last sentence?
Did I cut out, or
you glitched out? You were glitching out the other day on our call.
No, I glitched.
It seems to be since you moved house.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, where did I glitch out? What was the last thing that you heard?
So I don't know. Maybe take 3 steps back, and then we'll be on the right track.
We'll take 3 steps back. Okay. And do that. Okay. So This group has been dealing with AI issues for a while within their community. Voice actors are among the hardest hit among performers, so this is an important point for them. And what we offer with RaptorLock IP's implementation of the Binarai permissions, or I should say intent layer, is something that they know they need, and they are very excited about it. They have this technology group they put together. 30 of their members are going to be looking at things like tracking and ID and technical solutions to figure out if someone's abusing their voices, but they need something for all that, and that's where we come in. So they got 30 members, and basically the president said, tell me what you need from us. And the plan, again, is to have those 30 go in and look at the site, and I'll get to that in a minute, go look at the site that we've developed for voice, and then get some feedback. What do they think? And then take 5 of them and watch them go through the real process of creating their declarations, their intent, and seeing what they experience listening to them, recording it, and doing some refinements afterwards. And regarding the site, which is not on, it's a separate site, if you will. It's on raptorlockip.com, but there's something else you put in front of it. That I spent most of the past 5 days between going over patent applications, and also the site, the text for both before you get to the section, which is really important, which is the government ID check to help identify who this person is that's signing up, but also what happens after they're done paying, which creates their wallet and creates linkage between the asset that they're creating. It's very sophisticated what's going on here for an evidentiary purpose. Then we went through the form, and when I say I mean I went through the form, and that was about a 12-hour ordeal of just refining and looking at different things, including cross-border testing. How does this, because this is a global site, if you will, going through both regulators, what they're going to see, privacy concerns, also things like dealing with minors. There are voice actors who are minors, and we have to be cognizant of that. So much time was spent on that. Also, labor relations. Then there's some subtleties like how agents might see this. Agents are sort of, they like being able to do deals, because that's how they make money, of course. But we tweak the language so that they are not. Oh, I think Yeti's joining us.
Oh yeah, he has. Well, he's just messed up my camera trickery thing that I got going on. All right,
okay. Well, I'll continue.
Yeah.
So the good thing is that it passed all the tests. When it was finally done, it passed all the tests. We added a few other things in there. One of the things that I'm really happy about, is we figured out a way to get a second. It's optional, but it's a suggested way for the performer to confirm it's actually them. And the way they do that is they will put on their social media page I haven't got the wording down yet, but so far it's like Binarai declaration made. And that they put that on an X post or a Facebook page or Instagram. And then they put the link to that in the form, so it's another way of looping back within this process to know that it's actually them. So it's optional, but it's very powerful because it adds one more additional piece of evidence for a judge to look at and say, okay, this is the person who, it is Morgan Freeman, or it is, whomever making this declaration, creating this asset. So that was done. That has been sent to the developer. He's working on it. And in our call last night, just as an FYI, Binarai, I was mentioning that singers could be another possibility. And it turns out that we make, and we're not going to do this yet because I haven't fully stress tested it. I've done a lot of it, but we could add a few more fields and we cover singers in one form, which could be really good, but we're not going after that market. It's right now we're focused solely on voice, and that's coming along really well. Regarding the leads to another, Charlie, I mentioned Charlie's idea that was like, wow, last week, and it sparked a patent application. And in doing some more research on it, it came up, I run it through AI, and AI came back and it quickly refines things, but it came back with a list of questions like, tell me the answers to these questions and then I can refine it even further. Well, I sent those questions to Charlie, and I sent a note the next day and I said, well, how are things going? And he's with the questions. He says, well, actually, those questions sparked some refinements and things that, are kind of clunky, and I'm gonna refine what I'm doing, and then I'll answer the questions, and then we'll go on. So it might be a little while longer before we get the provisional.
I tried to squeeze some information from Charlie earlier by laying out the guilt carpet about the stream sheet, but I think he knew exactly what I was doing, and he hasn't delivered. So yeah. He's doing really well. He's doing really well with this little secret thing he's got on with you, Hunter.
Yeah. Well, you do have to be. There's someone, and you know what? I forgot to put it in our weekly talking points, and that was the YouTube question. So remind me, we have to get to that.
Can I ask you something? How
Sure.
you're not telling me about it, right? Is that because you're worried about me claiming the idea or something? Like what's going? What is it?
No. No, I mean, maybe, okay, we'll talk about it offline, but no, it's not that. No, not at all. You share enough with me. I mean, come on. But it's Charlie. So that's, he was like, don't tell anyone. And I'm like, okay, fine. I won't. So it's Charlie's deal, and I don't want to, rain on his parade. So keep bugging him. Keep bugging him.
All right. Okay.
So
okay.
I mean, every now, if you've been with us long enough, Charlie comes up with stuff.
Do you know, I've got a funny feeling that Charlie is doing it because he asked me for the code for that thing that begins with A, yeah? And I refused to give it him. So that's the only thing I can think of, you know what I mean? Shut up, Budweiser. Shut up, man. Shut up. Not like that.
So, yeah, we're very blessed to have some really, and they come up with stuff. But as I've said on the updates before, when we're on our Tuesday calls regarding Raptor Lock, it's amazing what comes out of those, and they've been implemented. And they're really terrific. So that's really the last part of this. I'm very happy with where we're at from a strategy standpoint. And I'm also very happy with the implementation that we're doing. The last part of this is people are going to want to know, okay, that's great. When it's done, how do we get the word out? And that's a very fair question. Not to give too much away, but one of the things that you have to do when you are, in terms of legal stuff, you may have even had to do it in some of the things that you've been involved in, and that's public notice. And it used to be you put a classified ad in under the public notice, like you did a name change or whatever. So you put it in the newspaper. In this case, I developed an ad. And take out this group will enlist other groups related to them, performing groups, associations, unions, that kind of thing, who will take out an ad in, we identified Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, and there's probably one other one in Europe that is optional, but they may want to do it. And so they pool their resources and do the ad with their logos on it. And the ad essentially states that from now on, if you want, the intent, our members' intent regarding AI usage will be published here. And we talked about it last night, and I mentioned it last week, I think. The ad will contain a QR code going back to, it'll link back to an explorer. I don't know if we determined which explorer, but there have been a couple of other things that Binarai came up with last night, again, of possibilities that we could do. But the point was that that QR code is going to lead back to evidence so they can see an actual sample. And that establishes constructive notice, which means AI and the industry, including AI, will have to pay attention to Raptor Lock IP and the Explorer. And then all the things that people like Germardes have been doing behind the scenes, making sure that everything is machine readable so that AI can read it, can read the permissions, can read the intent, the declarations. So anyway, that was front and center last night. But why don't you? Do you want to tell them what you came up with last night?
No, I'm not going to tell him. I'm not going to tell him because I don't even know whether I can do it yet or not. So.
Okay. Well, anyway,
it was an idea. It was an idea. I mean, we always have good discussions. I've said to you before, Hunter, we should just go live with half of the stuff. So.
But half the stuff you can't talk about. I mean, 3/4 of the stuff you can't even talk about because then you might be. I don't know. We don't want to see. That's the thing. We don't want to set poor expectations either.
Yeah. Do you know? There's been discussions about community members who are sort of collecting little seeds and trying to, let's say, discover the variety of the seed before it has grown, or they're trying to figure out certain things that that we simply can't elaborate more on. And I know it's frustrating for some of you people who are watching, because obviously we don't want to ruin some of the work that's going on with whatever project is surrounding the RTM ecosystem, whether it's internal or external. So you have to have a bit of patience, guys, because we are working here every day. We are passionate about what we're doing, and we want to deliver it to you all in a way where it's got a higher chance of success. And in order to do that, we have to tread on the stepping stones. Yeah, tread on the stepping stones very lightly. Just imagine, Hunter, going across a pond very carefully on the stepping stones.
It is a minefield because it's a minefield because quite literally you can reveal something that that's one of the reasons why there's a new element to what we're doing that I can't even talk about. I have a brand name for it. It's in the process of a provisional patent, and it's pretty groundbreaking. Well, it is groundbreaking, and it's related to what we're doing. But
I think
you
what
know,
people are just trying to discover their own sort of personal value in what's going on, and when they don't know that, then they can't put their own sort of value on it. I think it's just basically they just want to make money down there. That's all it comes down to. Not financial advice. Do your own research. It's a lot easier for myself and Hunter to see what's going on. Well,
yeah,
because we can see what's going on. So we've got our own personal perception of the value and the progression of not only the RTM chain, but a lot of the projects around it, and we really value everyone that surrounds it and puts the work in. So bit of patience. Anyway, are you done, Hunter?
no, I've got two more things I was going to say.
Yeti,
And
are
it's
you
probably
still
good to
awake? Are you still awake, brother?
Yeah, I'm still here, just about.
Are you putting
Well,
your
hey
camera
there.
on or what?
Why? So you can make fun of me when I fall asleep on my camera?
Well, so you are going to fall asleep then? Is that
Oh,
what you're saying?
That's
I'm
happened.
far away.
I
Well,
thought you were like
let me just,
the man of staying awake like for days.
Yeah, well, I was up at like 5 a.m. this morning, so
oh, Jesus. The International Man of Mystery keeps odd hours.
All right,
Oh, well.
okay.
Let me just, since Rabid's here, I want to make a point. I've made this point a couple of times, but I might not have made another side of this. I've mentioned that every single declaration that's made for a Varade declaration on RaptorLock IP, a separate project from Raptoreum. I've mentioned that nodes earn from creating that asset and minting the asset. So it's 200 Raptoriums that are being spent for each Varade record. So it's the asset creation, creating the asset, and then the minting of it. So I mentioned nodes get they get 60 RTMs per asset, and they get 60 RTMs for the minting. Well, that leaves 40 each, or 80 of that total, which go to miners. Rabbit's probably going, yay. So he's also a node holder. So the point is that miners benefit from this too. And I thought it was worthwhile to mention that. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is something you touched on last night, and we just talked about, and that is, yes, we do kind of hold back things. I have said before, quite some time ago, and keep in mind, September 2024 is when assets went live. And so it's been a year and a half since assets went live. And, there's been some things going on, and we have encouraged people to work on the chain, and it just so happened we came up with some ideas. Even before assets went live, we were coming up with ideas. And that sparked RaptorLock. It sparked a few other things that Ballinox is working on. So I think it's fair to say, if you're going to judge it from 2024, because that's when we really had something that we could go to market with, that we could do something with. And people have asked something along the lines of, commented on how we need transaction decoupling and how we need smart contracts. Yes, we do, to do other things. But for this implementation, it's worth repeating that these are single assets, and they're not being sent. They are just being recorded on the blockchain, and that's it. They may be updated over time. So it's not something that's going to require transaction decoupling until we get a lot of users, and by that time we're done. We'll probably be done with smart contracts real easy after a couple 100,000 users.
Is that what you reckon,
So
Hunter?
yeah, that's what I'm reckoning.
Okay,
I may have some other information on that, but I'm not going to share it. But anyway, the point here is that we don't need those things to move forward. We can make a huge impact and do a lot of great stuff and get plenty of publicity about what we're doing with what we've got right now. And I think that's worth reminding everyone. We're very well situated. And I've said the last piece of this is, I said before, we get one organization to sign on, and there's going to be it's like the dominoes going, because every single performance group, related group, whether it's a union or an association, they all have this problem. And now we've got one, and that's another reason why we're not yapping about names and the last thing we need is someone with malicious intent to call them up and start saying stuff. So anyway, that's the reason, one of the key reasons why we're playing things close to the vest for the moment. I'm sure if I asked them, they would say, "Oh, sure, go ahead." But no, there are people out in the world who don't like what we do, just because they're into some crappy coin and they don't like us. Okay, fine, but we're not giving them any ammo, that's for sure. I think that's it. The only thing that we should probably touch on is that question that we had on YouTube about the smart nodes.
So I'm gonna pass that one to Yeti and let Yeti explain how that's going to be implemented, or his idea, because obviously, as you know, I was working on that aspect, but I was doing it in a different way to what Yeti had planned. So I'm going to pass this to Yeti. It'd be really nice if we could see Yeti fall asleep on his camera. Yeti. Oh yes, we get the chance to see it.
There you go.
Oh, he's got red on.
Have you got a cushion behind you ready to go?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right.
How are you? Long time.
Just tired. Just a lot of work.
So Yeti, I said that I desperately needed you to come on the stream, but the truth is that I just really miss you.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
So how's things? And I'm really nervous, Yeti, because I'm going to send you this after the stream ends, and you're going to run it through your comprehensive audit software or whatever you've got, and you're going to stick the middle finger up at me and run away with the code. That's what's going to happen.
No, like I said to you, that we quickly realized that the way we wanted to deal with assets wasn't going to work unless we did the big HD upgrade to the Electron wallet. So we knew that was not going to be an easy task, given that there's very few Electron wallets that are truly full HD compatible out the box these days. Like, there's very few and far between.
Why is that?
I think just the fact that you've got to push it right up to the latest Electron version to support some of that technology.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's parts of one of the plugins for, I believe it's to do with Bitcoin library JavaScript, which obviously that requires a certain level. I think it's version 6. Then obviously
that is upgraded.
That was a big, huge pain to actually do. And then I believe for us to go up to the next version of Electron, that now needs to be upgraded to version 7 as well. So nothing like one problem after another. But the idea, what we were going to do with, or at least what my original plan was with Smart Nodes, is to take some of the users' headaches, things that impact them from being able to launch their own nodes, take that headache away from them, So we're going to actually reach out to each of the node providers that are currently providing Raptoreum nodes, and we're going to actually work with them, providing that they're willing to work with us, of course. I can't see why not, because it would be beneficial to them as much as it is to us. But rather than having to dealing with all your ProTX hash verifications and everything like that, what if you could literally just have the funds enough in your wallet and hit create node, and that be all you have to do?
I think
nothing else.
I think there's a lot of careful treading that needs to be had in that regard, because
let's say that there's going to be some rather hefty diplomatic discussions to be had. As with any other companies, when you're dealing with, companies that are providing services to other companies, being diplomatic is always the only option on the table, kind of thing. So I'm sure there'll be some concessions we have to make to make this work on both sides of the equation. But I think if we can just take all of that headache away from the everyday user, just being able to put enough Raptoreum in their wallet and click a button, and that's it. The rest is taken care of.
The way I see it, Yeti, is if we zoom right out about what you've just told the community, these node platforms actually themselves, yes, they do make it easier, but the actual cumbersome code and how they, deploy the node is still exactly the same. So if working with them generates a UI sort of wallet experience that makes that one click easy and things like that,
we could actually, publish that as an example set of code for them, and benefits everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So we might need to talk about that as well, and that would apply to many chains.
Yeah, could even come in really handy for things like Talon, given that you're probably going to integrate node support across multiple chains and coins, right?
I don't think you'd ever utter that word ever again, but it seems that it hasn't left your brain, has it, Yeti?
No, but it's true, right? Like you if you've already done it for what we're doing in the Electron wallet, then you can take the basis and the fundamental understanding of what we've understood, what we've learned by doing that, and put it to a use of a multi-coin wallet instead of just a singular coin. So
what I will say, Yeti, is the way that Talon works is nothing like how the Electron wallet works and accesses commands and things like that.
No, true, but it still fundamentally has access to the wallet. So it's obviously still RPC calling. It's just you may have to do a little bit more mapping than, for example, Electron has to do, where you're mapping raw RPC commands to specific pipes and stuff like that. Because obviously Talon's a full app rather than a web-based app.
Yeah, you're saying a lot of things that, like, in theory, and obviously, like, see, it's almost as if
we'll find out how easy or how hard it's going to be the moment we start with Electron. If it's blazingly hard, you may not want to do it for Talon. Do you know what I mean? You might turn around and go, "This was bad enough for one coin, let alone trying to do it for, X number of coins."
Yeah.
He's got a point.
Absolutely,
he's got a point there.
So what have you been doing since the community has last seen you? Not necessarily. You don't have to talk about RTM.
So me personally, so obviously while we've been waiting for you to finish up the code with the HD stuff and asset support.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
I've been onboarding a few new clients on our digital signage. So that's another 140 something sites that are going to go live in the next 2 months. So I've had to be organising engineers to go out because that's in Europe. Got to supply them everything they need, organise the hardware, ship out a container with all of our equipment, because it's easier to send it out as one ginormous cargo container rather than dealing with European import and export.
Are you are you
similar
are
to
you, are you
America.
saying the word Europe because we are not in the union anymore?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. Carry on.
Which
I
is
was
a
just
pain from a logistics sense. It's hell.
yeah.
You know, it's the same as importing and exporting to and from America for the UK right now, right? With all of the Trump tariffs going on and such. So, of course, similar principle for us in the UK with Europe. So for me, it's been a lot of logistical stuff, and then the rest of the time's just been coding the new version of our digital signage. It's been what 14 months now that I've been doing it so far, and I've got probably another 6 months on it before it's ready. So yeah.
Awesome stuff, man. So you have sent me
The digital signage, maybe you should explain just for 2 minutes. This is your other company, Digital Signage.
Sure.
It's cool what you do. I think the community should.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
so for anyone who doesn't understand the concept or the term digital signage, so best place if you've ever seen pictures of like New York or right down in Times Square, you see all the big gigantic digital billboards all up the side of buildings and that kind of thing. That's the kind of thing I do as a day-to-day job. Installation. We currently do quite a few showrooms for the automotive industry, Kia being our biggest client currently, by volume. That is, they're not, I wouldn't say they're the biggest client we deal with. We deal with like Porsche, or VAG is actually who we deal with, the Volkswagen Audi group. And they're bigger by company size, but not by numbers at the moment. So Kia dwarfs all of our other clients by numbers. They actually mandated like 8 devices every single site worldwide. So it's a big, that took us just over 4 years to roll out. So yeah, it's been a bit of a challenge to do that, especially that we're not like a 1,000 member team. We're a small company of like, well, 3 permanent staff and three part-timers. So for us to manage to compete with some of the larger digital signage companies out there, we're doing all right. It's just a lot of work.
Yep. Sounds like.
I did touch up lightly on it earlier about your audits company. Yep. Would you be able to tell the community a bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, so Yeti Audits is actually primarily what my original concept was to come and build on Raptoreum. So the assets being one of them, right? Because we can obviously, every audit that's ran will generate an asset which will have all of the metadata and links to the appropriate audit embedded. We're going to use IPFS to house all the PDF variations of those audits. We'll have a web version of that audit, but we'll also have PDF available. They'll be on IPFS probably more than likely, to be fair. And then obviously the auditor itself. So this is what I originally started when I was working with Dynex. Well, actually, it started just before I started work with Dynex. We were doing all of our audits manually, me and 2 others. And it was just getting way too much. I was doing, 5 audits a day, working 20-hour shifts. It was crazy to try and keep up with the demand. What we found was actually there was a lot of demand from the community for audits, especially given that a lot of people go for the blockchain side audit. No one was really ever just dealing solely with wallets per se, right? So we found that we were just getting inundated. So we started developing the auditing tool that we've been using for the last sort of 2 years now. It's not fully automated. It never will be because of the nuances between software. I don't think we can go 100% automated, but we can offload a lot of repetitive work that we do in every audit. So, grabbing all the GitHub links, being able to decompile that back from either the application that's been uploaded as a pre-compiled binary, or taking it from source code and compiling it ourselves. All of that sort of thing is very same process with every audit. So we can streamline some of it. And what we found was actually it made it a lot less heavy for us. Instead of an audit taking 4 or 5 hours, it was taking us 2 hours, which, although 2 hours is still long, it's a hell of a lot of a drop from sort of 5 plus at times. And especially if you find something and you start digging around, then you're picking at it, and before you know it, you're at 8 hours of an audit. None of us are paid for that job. That's all a sort of passion for all of us at the auditing firm, is that, there's too many people that get wiped out in crypto. And if we can stop even one person getting wrecked, then it's been well worth putting in that invested time. But the new version of Yeti Audit's website, the auditor and everything, is getting close now to the point where now I've got to start looking at what we start offloading to the Raptoreum chain and so forth. So how do I do the RPC for creating the asset, so that the auditor, when it completes, can then create the asset from its own stored wallet, so to speak, and then tying off all the functionality around that. So
what are the
So your
benefits?
clients are basically blockchain.
Yeah.
What are the benefits in using an RTM asset to show the metadata as opposed to a centralized server?
Well, so there's a couple of different options, right? One is that we're going to put it on our database anyway, but what's to stop any of us going in there and changing that data down the road without anyone knowing? Can be done stealthily in a back end without any oversight to that. And God forbid, say we had a disagreement with a specific chain, and then what's to stop one of us as a staff member being really petty and punishing them for a disagreement that we've had with a chain? My idea is to put it on something that stops that ability for anyone to misinterpret what was found, or to try and say that one day that data was different to the next day. It just takes away some of that, those inconsistent parts to an audit. And that's for the same for every audit company, really.
Mm-hmm.
They all make PDFs that are generated from a database driven system. Well, if it's centrally housed, what's to stop them just going in and making changes after 3 or 4 months to make that audit look better for that company?
Mm-hmm.
It's not legally,
and
it's not even
that does happen.
admissible.
Oh, we've already been offered tons of money to do audits and pass them.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, oh, well, don't worry about doing the audit. Just how much is it going to cost for you to pass it? And they get the same response every time.
FO.
I'm not in a position where I need to go down that path. I'm very fortunate that I'm not, in desperate need. I can understand why companies do and why individuals do, because ultimately, if they've got if they're making a living out of that and they've got to put food on the table, I understand. But I also have morals.
Well, at the end of the day, if you put your name on it, your company badge and whatever, you're implicated into whatever happens then.
Exactly.
Based on what you approve. So you've got to be straight up and legit, haven't you? It's it's not worth it. Not worth the hassle.
No.
All right. Well, thanks.
So you're going to charge for this service?
We're working out how to do it, but I am of the mind that every user will get a certain limited number of audits. Even if we do charge for the service, every user will have a limited number of free audits per month. Because it's important that, you know, it's important that we offer a service that's free, you know, because there's going to be new people in the industry that come in that have no idea. And I don't want to charge them for learning the basics, you know, of being safe.
So you're referring to someone starting a blockchain, or are you talking about users?
Both. So a chain, if they want to, and they're really busy, they're probably going to be doing way more than 1 or 2 updates a month, to be fair. A more established chain, yeah, they'll probably do 1 or 2 maybe a month or every quarter, which is fine. That won't be a cost. But if, you know, if it's a new chain and they're going through 50 commits a week where they're adding new features, bug fixing and getting themselves ready for a launch, they could be doing code auditing 3 times a day. Obviously we've only got so much resources wise available until me, Binarai and Mr. Big Piggy figure out a way that we can actually run the auditor directly on top of nodes. That's the ultimate goal. If we can figure out the right way to do it successfully, I think Apache Spark might be a possible delivery mechanism for it, where we would mark a node as an auditing node on the network, and those would be getting extra payouts directly from us, from a fund pot that we generate effectively.
Is there if I'm a blockchain and I run a Yeti and I'm doing Yeti auditing?
Yeah.
Is there a logo or something that tells the world?
There will be. I've not made it yet. We haven't quite got around to making the logo yet. The wife just said from the other side of the room that she hasn't quite made it yet, because she made my logo. So she'll probably come up with something to work it out.
So from but you also mentioned a user. I mean, just, you know, Charlie Lunchbucket goes in, and what's in it for them? What are they doing there?
So, I mean, for example, I get a lot of messages a week just from community members saying, can you audit this wallet? It's brand new. You know, I'm really unsure about this wallet. It's throwing loads of red flags on my antivirus. And obviously picking apart what is a legitimate concern versus false positives on crypto is quite the challenge at times. So, you know, you can get really nitty gritty to the point where you're looking at individual substrings of the program that the antivirus is picking up. Doesn't necessarily mean that it is a virus. It's just that it shares similar patterns to something that has been flagged a virus. And that's where having an understanding of that can be really, really tricky. And that's why we want to try and have the auditor to try and remove some of that friction for the everyday user.
Do you know what I figured out, Yeti, while doing something in the background is, you know how the devs are doing the certs for the QT wallet, for the daemon and all that as it was getting flagged?
Yes, correct.
I packaged it in an Electron little package, and then I installed it.
Yeah, I actually found
no flags.
I found another way to do it as well, which is actually even more funnier to do, which is that you actually use a preload package that it basically explodes out of the package itself. It's what used to be how .cab cab files are still done to this day, where they are effectively a ton of binaries packaged up in like a zip file almost, for want of another matter, and it pulls it out. But because it's inside of a cab file rather than zip, it bypasses 99% of antiviruses.
Yeah,
because cabs are Windows files.
Yeah. But yeah, that's something I've been working on at the side as well. Is an Electron sort of
Front loader for it.
local node instead of using
Yeah.
the Qt wallet. That is
Yeah, I
actually
mean, in theory, the Electron wallet that we've been building could actually have a local node option where you would turn it on. It would go, oh, it doesn't actually have the local node yet. And then it would go off to GitHub and go and download the latest binary directly from GitHub.
well, I could do that. I could add that
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah,
Uh,
it uses the internal Electron updating mechanism to
yeah,
do
yeah,
that,
yeah,
which is actually the best way to do it. 'Cause it's
yeah.
already got the transport protocols for you.
Have you seen some of the pull requests that Jamardis has?
Oh, yeah. I noticed that there
Sent
was quite a few going off yesterday.
yeah. That reminded me because he got an update thing on there, and it'll automatically detects based on the versioning of what you're using. So that's pretty cool.
Same with my GitHub actions for compiling. I've got the same with the Electron wallet. So as soon as I tag it with the next version number, it automatically triggers everything to go compile into the appropriate versions.
All right. Well, I hope that's still working when I give you the code.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, is there anything else you want to say, Yeti, while you're here?
No, I mean, other than, now we've got the HD wallet updates and stuff, we'll obviously be able to get the next bit out, which will be all the assets rolled up, all of the functionality across the board, all working and validated and audited. And then that, I would say, is ready for at least a public beta where we'll open up the GitHub repo for people to use and so forth and everything like that. And then that'll give us time to work on the smart node area, that's going to also be dependent on obviously node providers working with us and how fast or slow they get back to us.
Well, we could implement both options, couldn't we? We could have the
100% we can.
Just flick a switch and do either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else we need to talk about? I know that Falcon has been pushing the Coin Market League profile for Raptoreum. So please head over to Coin Market League /coin/Raptoreum and place a vote on the Raptoreum profile. Thanks for that, Falcon. Also, thanks Fudweiser for pushing that as well. And Tenacious D, I think, as well, it has been pushing that over the months. Also, please vote for us on minerstat.com/coins as well. You'll be able to see our logo in the trending section. Again, that helps us out with getting the project into more miners' eyes, as Hunter was touching upon earlier, about certain aspects that we're working on. So miners out there, you're going to want to take note. Although a lot of miners do mine based on profit and all this sort of stuff. So, that's fine as well. Depends on whether it's more cost effective to buy it or to mine it. But the mining's fun. So if you just enjoy mining, then go ahead. There's plenty of guides online from many YouTubers on how to get started with Raptoreum mining, and you might have an additional aspect to that fairly soon. And that's all I'm saying on that regard. But anyway, Hunter, is there anything else we need to mention while we're here?
I don't think so. I think we've done our weekly job.
All right. Well, it's been absolutely awesome to have Yeti on once again. He's a very knowledgeable man, and always sparks little ideas in my head when I always talk to Yeti, as you can see. So it's really good to have Yeti on here, and we were talking about the value of the project and the members and the projects surrounding this particular UTXO DeFi ecosystem, and Yeti is certainly a prominent member in that regard. So we're really lucky, and I think more people need to realise how lucky we are as a project to have what we've got. So yes, thanks for watching this Raptoreum stream. If you haven't already, do not hit that like at the bottom of the video. Do not click subscribe, and do not become a paid member as well, because we don't want you to do it. It's really not worth it. If you haven't already followed us on X, don't do it. That's at Raptoreum. We're also on Instagram, so don't do that. We're also on Threads, and don't follow us on Threads. We're also on TikTok. That's at official Raptoreum. I don't recommend you follow us on there either. And obviously you're watching us here on YouTube. So in fact, I've already mentioned YouTube. Yeah, don't do that.
Watch us with sleep masks on. There you go.
Rabbit, if you're still here, we're trialing this now for everything that we're doing. So we'll see what happens. I have been Binarai from Raptoreum. Core to my right, we have the one and only Hunter Schultz from Raptoreum, and below, you know, it's strange saying this, but now we have the, I don't know what to call him. What shall we call him, Hunter?
The one and only Yeti.
The one and only Yeti, who is now on the Raptoreum team, which is just fantastic.
He needs a shirt.
Yeah. It's actually fairly cheap.
You got to get him a shirt.
It's fairly cheap to send Yeti a shirt, so I'll send you one.
And it's local shipping too.
Do you know, I was sending some shirts to some team members, and it was costing ridiculous amounts of money. Ridiculous.
When I was shipping over to the States, what was it, 6 months ago, I did a whole load of Dynex merch, and oh my god, I think it cost me more in shipping than the actual merch cost.
Yeah, way more. I was paying triple for certain places, so you know. Next time they can just have the PNG, and they can just print themselves something, you know what I mean? Okay, I'll do the RCR outro. I think I need to still update the end credits, because it's still got things on there that with members on that are not part of the project anymore. But yes, it has been an absolute pleasure to bring this weekly update to you. Hope you enjoyed it. As you can see, we're working on many things. And again, I do apologise that we can't talk too deeply about certain things, but it'll all be worth it in the end. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back right here, same time, same place, here on the official Raptoreum YouTube for another Raptoreum weekly update. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.